Thank you once again for saving Sir Hans's life, and mine. I promised I'd pay you back, and I keep my word. So please accept this token of gratitude on behalf of me and Sir Hans.
Thank you, Henry. You're an honourable man who doesn't make promises lightly. I'll put it aside for Pavlena. And since you're here, would you help an old woman with something? It's about Pavlena.
Has something happened?
My daughter Pavlena. Remember her? She was here when I was healing you two.
I remember. What's wrong with her?
She's missing. It's not like her to be wandering around like that. She goes to Troskovitz to sell baskets, but she knows I can't manage on my own, so she never stays away for long. These old eyes of mine can't see nothing much. Pavlena has to take care of me. She's a good girl, that lass of mine. I'm very worried about her. You understand? What if something's happened to her? God forbid. I can't look for her myself, but you could. I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I've no one else to turn to.
All right, good wife. I'll try to find Pavlena for you.
Thank you, Henry. If I was you, I'd ask in Troskovitz. That's where she was heading last time I saw her. And if she arrived, someone must have seen her. And you can look in the hut in her place in the loft. My old legs ain't up to climb.
So, Pavlena, what have you left for me? Like she got up and went straight out. She's got unfinished work here. Hey, this is a boy's cap. Does Pavlena wear it? Or did someone leave it here? Clothes. If she planned to run away, she'd have taken them with her. I wanted to ask you... I had a look in Pavlena's place in the loft.
And? Did you find anything?
I found a cap there. A man's cap. I don't suppose Pavlena would wear something like that.
You're saying she had some young man here? I'd surely have noticed.
I don't know, good wife.
Could she have found herself a beau in Troskovitz?
She's got unfinished work there. She weaves baskets.
Aye, she usually has a... We've got nothing here but what we make ourselves. Pavlena weaves baskets very...
She didn't pack up her stuff.
I told you, didn't I?
I'm looking for a girl who's gone missing. Her name's Pavlena. Can you help me?
I know what you mean, but I won't help you. We drove her mother and her out of here by rights, and we only put up with Pavlena coming here out of Christian charity. If anything's happened to her, it ain't our concern. Take care, sir.
The humans won't be coming back here. Don't worry.
Good. Peace at last. Until you get into trouble again, that is.
I'm looking for Pavlena, the daughter of the Herbwoman from Zhelyov. Do you know her?
Aye, I do. Pavlena still comes here from time to time, selling baskets, ointments and whatnot. I ain't seen her around in a while, though. Why are you looking for her?
She hasn't been home for a long time, so Bozhenna sent me to look for her. When she left, she was heading here.
If I was you, I'd go and ask at the rat house. Or Yezhek the Cooper. That old goat had his eye on her one time. Oh, can't say I blame her.
What's this Yezhek like?
He wanted to get married, and no sensible girl around. He promised her a home in the village. But the girl wasn't so dumb as to fall for... All she'd have out of it is a heartache. And a bunch of brats as pig ugly as their old man.
And where might I find this Yezek?
If he ain't boozing here at the tavern, he'll be on the way here or at home.
Thanks. And do you think this Yezek might have done something to her? Like abduct her because she scorned him?
Nah, he ain't got it in him. He's all mouth, but he'd never raise his hand to a woman. And even if he did, Pavlena would probably give him a hiding. Just recently, he got a black eye from this skinny fella here. He's a weakling and a wretch. He wouldn't have a chance with Pavlena.
Do you think anyone would want to harm Pavlena?
Bozhenna's not too popular here since that misfortune with Yakesh's wife, Ludmilla. But no one holds a grudge against Pavlena. She was only a young lass at the time.
What was that about a misfortune with Ludmilla?
That was way back. She was the midwife here. She'd give the women herbs and whatnot when they called for her. But then something happened when she was helping out at Yakesh's. His wife, Ludmilla, died, and a child was stillborn. A tragedy it was, and then Bozhenna, she left.
Just like that?
Well, to tell the truth, we drove her out.
Oh? Why was that?
Better ask Yakesh if you want to know more. He's often by his son's grave. It's next to the farm.
Can I ask what happened between you and that midwife, Bozhenna? I heard you banished her from the village because of some mishap with your wife.
That was no mishap. The witch killed my son and damned him to hell.
Wait a moment. Start from the beginning. What do you mean she killed and damned your son?
My wife, Ludmilla, gave birth to 3 daughters. Quick and easy every time. The village women often scream all day and night before they bring their babies into the world. Not my Ludmilla. When she had Marushka, it was all over before the midwife even got here. But when Yaroslav was coming into the world, you know, I knew already I'd finally have a son. I never sent for no help. Why would I? After all, Ludmilla done it all on her own 3 times. And besides, that Bozhenna is an unclean woman and a witch. Only this time, something went wrong. Of course, I wasn't there. Being a God-abiding man, I was outside. But Marushka comes running out, shouting, "Pa, send for Bozhenna! Ma's poorly!" I thought twice about it, but then I sent for her. She came along with a little girl, Pavlena, and a whole sack of herbs. She started brewing right away, and before the night was out, she was pouring God knows what kind of concoction down Ludmilla's throat. It's a wonder she didn't poison her, the crone. I couldn't get a wink of sleep all night. It wasn't till daybreak that Bozhenna came out of the house, carrying in her arms. They could see right off it was a boy. Like I said, only Yaroslav came out feet first. And as they were pulling him out, well, he was all Mother of God. I can't even say it. It was that Bozhenna's doing, I tell you. If she hadn't pulled him out and left Ludmilla to manage herself, he could have lived.
So you still blame her for it?
Why shouldn't I? I haven't told you the half of it yet. I asked the priest, and he told me every midwife has the sacred right to perform baptism when things go wrong. Like when it looks bad for the child, see? She can baptize him, make sure he gets to heaven. And you know what Bozhenna did?
What?
Not a thing. And my wife died a few hours later. So I'm sure that same evening, I got the other fellas from the village.
I see.
A good thing, too. She hasn't shown up here since. Many times I told myself we should have done more to her, so she'd know how I felt.
Listen, Bozhenna's daughter has gone missing, and I get the feeling from what you're saying that you're not exactly unhappy about it. So I'll ask you straight up. Do you know anything about it? Do you want to hurt Pavlena to pay Bozhenna back for the death of your son?
I understand why you might think that. But I would never do anything like that. Don't tell nobody, but since Ludmilla died, I go weak at the knees if I only see blood. It's like I'm standing next to her bed, again, like that time. I never want to see a corpse again in my life. Besides, if I wanted to get my own back on Bozhenna, I'd never take it out on her daughter. The girl's not to blame for anything. She was only little when it happened. I curse that old hag often enough. When I've had a drink or two, I wish the worst on her, so she'd know how I feel. But as God is my witness, I'd never stoop to murder on account of it. God bless you, sir.
I hear you're interested in Pavlena.
What's it to you?
Well, Pavlena's gone missing. Do you know anything about that?
Fuck, wait. No, I haven't seen her lately, and I got a pasting in the tavern, so I haven't been out lately. You can ask there.
Aye. I heard about that famous fight of yours.
So you see, I wouldn't wish no harm on Pavlena, even though she didn't want me. But I'm not sure you could say the same about that ginger-headed Roman of hers. That's where I'd look if I was you. His cottage is on the road to the butcher's. No, that's I can.
Careful.
Roman, we have to go to work, mate. Where are you?
You're looking for Roman? I also need to find him. To ask if he knows where Pavlena is.
That sweetheart of his? Well now, I hadn't thought of that. They could be together somewhere, so you can help me look for him.
Where do you think Pavlena and Roman might be?
Not long ago, Roman was talking over a beer about how him and Pavlena wanted to leave and start a new life. Somewhere where no one knows her and her ma.
You think they'd really do it?
I took it all with a grain of salt, but after what he told me last time, anything is possible. For Christ's sake, he's got a whole house his pa left him. He wouldn't just leave it on account of her, would he?
Well, I don't know about Roman, but I've been at Pavlena's, and it didn't look like she was getting ready to leave.
She might have done it in secret, and she'd have reason enough. Believe me. Best to go and look in Roman's house. That should clear things up.
All right. Let's go and take a look at Roman's.
Great. That is, you can go there.
Hang on, you said you two were friends. Why would I go there alone?
For one thing, I have to work. And besides, how would it look if anyone saw me breaking down his door? My reputation would be ruined. Whereas you, no offense, you're a stranger. You don't have to worry about your good name, do you? But me, I'd lose my livelihood.
How do I get into Roman's house?
Through the door, of course.
Well, I can do it. Well, if I'm caught there, I'll need a few groschen to...
True enough. Here you are. This ought to... After you search the place, I'll be around.
Nobody home. But maybe Pavlena was here. It's set for two. Freshly eaten. And there are the baskets Pavlena came here to sell. They were here for sure. Maybe they just went for a stroll. Dushko might know about their favourite spots.
Greetings.
You have a kind, master.
I searched Roman's house.
And what did you find?
Well, there's no one there, but Pavlena had been there for sure. The table was set for two, and I found the baskets that she sells too.
You're right. It sure does look like she was there.
It can't have been long ago either. The food was still fresh. Any idea where they might have gone?
Well, they've got a favorite spot down by the stream. You could try looking there.
Where exactly?
There's a ditch leading from Roman's house to the stream. Follow it down the hill. When you come to a place where the stream flows between the two big boulders, turn left and go straight. There it is, under an old linden tree.
All right. Thank you.
But, mind you don't walk into the middle of anything, awkward. And tell that lazy bastard to get his ass to work. Farewell.
Christ, there must have been a fight here. This must be the place Dushko was telling me about. All the local lads bring their girls over here. It's covered in blood. Used as a weapon, maybe. This is surely Pavlena's. A piece of her dress. This doesn't look good. If I give it to Mutt to sniff, he might catch a scent. Blood. I hope it's not Pavlena's. Track! Here, Mutt. Search.
Stop there! Don't come any closer, or I'll cut her throat. I swear, don't move, you horse son. Who the fuck are you?
Easy. Calm down. Don't do anything rash. No one has to get hurt here. We're just talking. Alright? How about you take that knife away from Pavlena's throat? She can't do anything to you tied up like that. Drop the knife, and we can talk calmly.
I'm calm. Just don't you dare try anything. What do you want here? How did you find us?
Don't jump to conclusions. No one sent me.
Well, that's great. What the fuck am I to do now? As if I didn't have enough shit to deal with already. Kurva. I never wanted it to end like this. You gotta believe me. I just wanted to give Pavlena a scare, but then that fool Roman got mixed up in it and... I never meant to kill anyone! Shit!
Take it easy.
Don't fucking tell me to take it easy! How did you get here? My dog Bristly was guarding the entrance. What did you do to him, you bastard? And where's my brother? He should have been here long ago. Talk, or I'll slit her throat.
I know everything. I know what happened that time between Yakesh and Bozhenna.
Then you know we were in the right.
I don't know what Yakesh told you, but he certainly doesn't want Pavlena harmed. She was just a little girl when it happened. You can't punish her for it.
Fuck, I know. Only we're murderers now, and that can't be undone.
Well, there's always a way out. Let Pavlena go, and we'll talk things through. What are you talking about? Who did you kill?
That idiot Roman. He was trying to defend Pavlena. But it was an accident!
Your brother is fine. He sent me here to talk to you. He doesn't want you to kill Pavlena.
Why would he take you into his confidence?
I promised him help. And I can help you, too.
Quiet, damn it! I have to think.
Your dog was outside, all right, but he paid no attention to me. It's always been like that with me and dogs. I suppose I smell good to them.
Lucky for you. Otherwise, Bristly would rip your ass off.
I don't know what more I can tell you. It's time for you to make your mind up.
You don't want to burn in hell, do you? Repent before God, and he'll forgive you. Let Pavlena go.
She knows everything. She'll tell on me and I'll be fucked.
Look, if you let her go, you'll still have a chance to make a run for it. But if you hurt her, you'll wish you were swinging on the gallows before I'm done with you.
Shit. Fuck. This wasn't supposed to happen.
Let her go before I lose my temper.
It was bad enough before a madman like you got mixed up in it. All right. Calm down. I'll let her go. All right. Just take it easy.
You swine!
I'm letting her go.
Die!
Look!
Die! Die! That's for Roman! You bastard!
You killed him. But he let you go.
So what? He deserved nothing better.
No, you're right. He had it coming.
Yes, for what he did to Roman. I have to get out of here. Will you take me back home?
We can go. I'll go with you.
Good. I don't want to spend another moment here.
Of course.
Let's go then.
Here we are. Pavlena's fine.
Pavlena, let me look. Are you all right?
I'm fine, Ma. They
They abducted her.
God almighty. Who would do such a thing?
They were hired hands from Troskovitz.
And did they do anything to you?
No, they just tied me up. But they were Yakesh's hands. They would have killed me.
Yakesh? I might have known he wouldn't leave us in peace. Hasn't he hurt us enough already? Isn't it enough that we have to live here because of him?
Ma.
I knew it would come to this. Henry, I need one last service from you.
I'd be glad to help.
Yakesh is to blame for everything. For us being driven out, for Pavlena being abducted.
And for everything else.
Everything leads back to him and his old hatred. We'll never have peace as long as he's alive.
What are you trying to say?
I want you to kill him.
What? Are you serious?
Yes. It's either him or us.
Bozhenna, don't you know that path leads nowhere good? Believe me, vengeance is a tricky business. Take revenge on someone, and someone else will take revenge on you. It's a chain of wrong against wrong, with nothing at the end but death.
Then what do you think we should do? It was because of him that they drove us out of Troskovitz. It was years ago, but he's still trying to hurt us.
I'll talk to Yakesh. What happened to Pavlena was the doing of his hired hands. He may be completely innocent in the whole thing. And in the end, it might even work to your benefit. Now we've got something over him.
Very well. If you think you can convince him, but if he refuses to listen to reason, you know what you have to do.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Look, I know relations between you and Bozhenna the Herbwoman aren't good, but it's time to put an end to the animosity.
Where are you going with this? That witch deserves no pity.
I understand your bitterness, and I'm sorry about your son. Bozhenna would certainly have saved him if she could, but whatever happened between you, it has to end now. Bozhenna came very close to losing her daughter on account of your feud. Your farmhands abducted her, and they killed her sweetheart.
But I had nothing to do with that. They did it of their own free will, not on my orders.
That means nothing. They did it because of you. They wanted you to be indebted to them.
But that's not my fault, and I don't see why I should have to make up with Bozhenna on account of it.
Listen, I know a thing or two about revenge. And believe me, sometimes you just have to say enough and turn the other cheek. Because otherwise, it will never end.
You know nothing. I can't simply forgive her.
Well, then do it on account of Pavlena. After all, she's not to blame for anything. But she's the one who's suffering most from your feud.
Christ almighty. You're talking like the parish priest. I'll send Bozhenna compensation. I never wanted anything to happen to her daughter, and she's the one who suffered most from that banishment. She can't have been more than 10 years old. I give my word that I won't do anything bad to them. And those two fools of hands, they won't show up here again. And if they do, I'll haul them off to the bailiff myself. I swear to God, Bozhenna and Pavlena could return to the village.
Very well. It's about time this chain of vengeance was broken for good. Give me the money, and I'll take it to Bozhenna. But God alone knows whether she'll forgive you.
Thank you. It's time for us all to get on with our lives. I hope Bozhenna will understand that.
Whoa, whoa!
My God, what happened? Why are you all covered in blood?
I talked to Yakesh and explained everything to him. He agreed to make amends. His hands acted on their own accord, and he's sorry about it, mostly because of Roman and Pavlena.
What does that mean? That Pavlena can go to Troskovitz and no one will trouble us anymore?
Yes, but that's not all. He gave me some coin for Pavlena, too, as compensation for Roman. Even though he wasn't Pavlena's relative, Yakesh wants to show his sympathy for her loss. Here it is.
Thank you, Henry. In the end, you were right. If only we'd made peace with Yakesh before it all went so far.
Well, at least Pavlena is safe.
I don't know what I'd do without her. We'll always be obliged to you, Henry. If you ever need anything, you know where to come. And you should at least keep half of Yakesh's coin.
No way. I can't take your money. You helped us before, and I helped you in return. So keep the coin.
Well, as you wish, Henry. You're a good man. Thank you for everything. Take care now.